Hi, James here with day number 3 of the LinkedIn challenge. I hope you are all following along or even doing the challenge yourself. For those of you who might be watching this for the first time, I want to share with you what it is that we're doing here. Again, it's called the LinkedIn 5-Day Challenge, and what it is I am going to show you how you can achieve free leads, completely free, no cost to you except your time, and we're using LinkedIn. And the way we're doing this is we are trying to connect with business owners, which are found on LinkedIn, and we're connecting with business owners at the rate of 20 per day for the next 5 days, which essentially will give us 100 at the end of our 5th day. So I want to let anyone know who's following this. This is day number 3. I did make a little boo-boo on day number 2 in my mathematical skills. I think I said 32, but actually I connected with 29 yesterday. I think it was corrected on the video, but I actually verbally said the wrong math. So I apologize for that. It's close enough, wasn't it? Anyway, so that's what we're doing. We're connecting with business owners. I want to show you how easy it is because I do it from my phone. So essentially, if you can see here at the top, there's a search feature. So if you don't have the app on your phone, you would have to download it. And I'm going to type in small business owner and small business owners. Hold on a second. Owner. See how easy it is? And then what you want to do is the top one says, I don't know if you can see that. Well, the top one says in jobs or in people. So you want to select the one that says in people, unless you're looking for a job, which we shouldn't be. We're in our own business. And then you will see, again, people. I don't know if you can see this. It's hard to see on the screen. But you'll see a whole list of people. And all you have to do is select the little button to the right, the on icon. And then you hit, and then it goes, and it's sent. That's how easy it is. So what we're doing here requires very little time. I think I share with you, I typically do this while watching TV. This morning I did it while I was making my kids breakfast. And I just kind of get it out of the way on the off hours. And what I'm also finding is that business owners that I'm reaching out to are reaching back out to me at off hours. So I've been trying to make these videos at different times of day to give you updates that are actually almost real time. So one of the things I want to talk to you about on day number 3 here is I'm actually increasing my contacts. Rather than doing 20 a day, I'm doing 30 a day. And the reason I'm doing that is, number one, to hopefully get more volume. But what I'm noticing is that it's taking people time to get back to me. I really want to hit 100 by the 5th day. And I'm recording this on the actual day rather than summarizing my day from the day before. So this is actually doing it as I'm doing it. So for example, on day 1, I reached out to 20 people, but I only had 7 that actually connected with me on day 1. But then the next day, on day 2, that's where they started connecting with me the night of day 1 and so forth. So I'm seeing this kind of trickle in effect. So I'm thinking by increasing it today to 30, I'm hoping my numbers will increase because I'm getting the domino effect of all the others who are connecting with me at different times. So I hope that makes sense because you're planting the seeds and you're just hoping they connect with you, and that's really what we're trying to achieve here. So I will tell you, by reaching out to 30 today, I've already had I think it's 19. And it wasn't 19 from today just because I did 30. It's, it was probably like 9 from yesterday and probably 10 today. So it is better to do a higher volume, but again, I was just trying to keep it simple. 20 a day, mathematically, 100, everybody can add that up, 100, 5 days a week, 20 a day, it's 100. So, but now we're in better shape because if you add today's number to yesterday's number, we're actually at 48. And I hope I did that math correctly. So we're at 48, which is good because we are at day number 3 and we are at the midway point for the 100 contacts. Now keep in mind, these are only leads that we're getting that we're going to follow up with and we're going to cultivate. I already shared with you what you do is you connect with them using the connect feature on LinkedIn. You can add a note or you could just send immediately. I choose to send a note. I would encourage you to do the same. And you have to post on LinkedIn. That's one of the things I want to let you know. I actually posted 4 times today. I posted at different hours of the day. This way it'll pop up randomly on the person's feed, or it'll just have more interest rather than boom, 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 posting right after one another. It just wouldn't make any sense. And you want to have some content-rich information. Maybe it's a statistic about business loans, or maybe it's something that you want to say, today is a great day for business loans. Whatever it is, you want to pique their interest. Just let them know that you're the source that they can get their business loans from. And that's vitally important because that's the business space that you're in. So I also want to let you know from yesterday, I actually had scheduled 9 calls, and that was done in the late afternoon that I had the calls, and I actually filmed the video earlier in the day, so nobody had any information about those calls. So I'm here to tell you about those calls. I actually couldn't get in touch with 3 of them. And what I mean by that is they didn't give me a time to call them. They actually just said, yeah, I'm interested. And this was from my email to them after they connected with me. So they said, yes, I'm interested in learning more information. Contact me. So I reached out. They didn't give me a time to call, but I just called. I called actually a couple of times, but then I wound up leaving voicemails for 3 of them. One of them that I did speak to was actually the first one that I started speaking to. He had an interest, but it wasn't the right time, so he wasn't interested. He didn't want to put forth any apps or anything like that. He told me to call him in January, and that's fine. That's not a problem. But the exciting thing is the other 5 that I spoke to, I actually got them to submit apps. So I sent out the apps, and I got their bank statements back. So that was exciting for me because already I have 5. So again, we don't know if they're going to qualify, but at least getting that information, and this is what we do. You guys have been doing it, and for those of you who just started, this is what we do. We put ourselves out there. We actually speak to them about what they're looking for. We send them the app, get their bank statements, and then we take that and we submit that to a lender. It's really that simple. The difference in this scenario is all those contacts that I made are free. They're totally free because they're on LinkedIn. I was able to connect with them on LinkedIn. I sent out my information. Right now to date, we have 48 contacts that I made completely new. 48 new business owners that never knew me before up until this point have now have my contact information, and I can reach out to them at any time via email, and I have. So that's something that I want you to understand how important it is and how it's a great feature that we could do that on LinkedIn. And you know what? I want to share with you something else. At the time I'm making this video, which is later in the day, I actually have 11 calls scheduled. And when I mean scheduled, I don't schedule the time. I actually had 11 people get back to me and let me know that they're interested in me contacting them about my services. So again, it's just interest. It's definitely, they didn't fill out a form. It's not like they told me what they're looking for. It was me reaching out to them after they connected with me, sending my form email, which I explained to you in the other videos, and I'll just summarize it here again. It just is a form email. I do customize it to a specific person's name. So it's like, hey, Joe, thank you for connecting with me on LinkedIn. I do business loans. And then I go into it a little bit, nothing too detailed. And then I say, if you'd like to learn about what you might qualify for, or if you're in the market for a business loan, I could get it done for you. Just give me a call, and here's my contact information. Now that's my email in the gist, and that's what I sent out, and that's how I got those other calls yesterday. That's how I got the calls today. And again, they might just be calling me just to find out what it's about, just to learn about it, and that's okay. Because what we will do eventually, even that one person that told me now's not the right time, he's not interested, call me back in January, I will keep them in my tickler file, and I just use my email system, and I just put a reminder to call, and I use a lot of reminders to remind myself to follow up with them, and then I'll call him in January. Now I won't call him right January 1st, but I'll call him maybe the first end of the week of January. Happy New Year, still fresh, and I'll tell him, let's start the new year right. Let's get you a business loan to promote your business. So, you use your way. I have my way, you have your way, and whatever works is the right way. So that's what you want to make sure. So that's essentially it right now. Again, I just want to let you know that I'm increasing my ante to 30 a day, only because I really want the numbers to push to day number 5. So when I make the video on day 5, my goal would be to connect with as close to 100 people as possible. I do believe that if I do show you all 5 days of 2020, I will have 100, but then that'll be on the summary video on day 6. So I still might do that, but I just want to keep you informed as to what I'm actively doing because I'm recording it on the day that I'm doing it. So I just want to share with you that information. I'm hoping these videos are of interest to you, especially for those of you who have no budget or a tight budget for marketing. And these leads that I'm getting are strictly from LinkedIn. So I do want to let you know that that's the important part of this. It's to show you how to do free marketing for your business. And I'm having a lot of activity right now, which is great. Now, activity is great. Making the sales even better and getting that commission's the best. So we still have a few more steps, but I'm just showing you that it's possible to get leads at no cost. That's one of the things that I want to let you know. In our program, it's a great business to get involved with, and then there are ways that you can market your business at no cost, and this is one of those ways. So that's why I'm doing this, to show you that it's possible. If I get a deal, that would be great. I'm already ecstatic that I have 5 apps out, so that's something to be proud of. But again, I get a little more excited when I actually get them back, get the offer, and then hopefully make the offer to the business owner. And then get the deal. But you know, hey, I'm happy enough because I want to share with you that it's working. I'm hoping for those of you who are doing this, you're getting a similar response rate, I hope. If not, just be patient with it, and hopefully those of you that are following along will be inspired to try this on your own. If not during this time that I'm doing it, at your own time when you can do it. But it is a great way to get leads. So this is James, and this is day number 3 of the LinkedIn Challenge. I look forward to speaking with you in the next video and keeping you updated on my success and my progress. Thank you. Hi, it's James, and here we are on day number 4 of the LinkedIn Challenge. Remember, we're doing a 5-day LinkedIn Challenge. Hopefully you're following along or doing the challenge yourself. But for those of you who are watching this for the first time, the goal of this is to obtain free marketing by making free contacts with business owners. And we're hoping to have 100 by sending out contact requests 5 days a week at the tune of 20 per day. Now, I did increase mine to 30 per day starting yesterday and today, but it's something that we should be doing just because it doesn't take a lot of time. It's a very easy feature to do. I shared with you I do it on my mobile device, and many of these people are connecting back the same way, and you could do it in your leisure. What I'm finding is that the business owners are getting back to me on their off hours or off business hours, and that's kind of when I've been sending the requests myself, whether it be early in the morning. That's when I typically do it. You could do it late at night. You could do it wherever you want. I typically do it when I'm making my kids breakfast or watching TV, or even when I'm at the gym. You could do it in the bathroom if you want to, whatever floats your boat. But the point is, it's very easy to do. It doesn't take a lot of time. And it's something that you can do in free marketing. So where we are currently at after 3 days of work here, we've connected already with 48 people so far, which is very good. And the other thing is we had already 5 apps out. Yesterday, when I made the video, I had told you I had 11 calls to make. So I made those calls yesterday, and the wonderful thing, outside of getting a few people that weren't interested, I was able to get 6 more apps. So 6 more apps yesterday, fantastic, and I have 5 apps out already. That makes 11. So let me tell you about today's numbers. So today's day number 4. I sent out another 30 requests or 30 connections for LinkedIn. And out of the 30, again, that's adding to the total. I've had 27 people connect with me today. Now remember, it's not all at one time. It's not all in one day. This amount is coming from the 4 days that I've been doing this, and it's trickling in. So now we're up to 75. That's 75 contacts, all of business owners. So after that, I was able to send out the email just like I showed you. Remember, once they connect with you, you want to have that email prepared to go. Send it right off to them, because when they connect with you, that means they're right there on LinkedIn, and you might not have another chance to get them. So send that email right away. So they'll probably have a few minutes to read it. At least that's in my experience. They do read it and they do get back to you sometimes, maybe not all the time, but they will. I sent out my contacts today, same way I always do. Today I have 6 calls. I already made the calls, and I had 3 of them that were voicemails. One of them was just like a, I guess, no answer, if you will. And I still am calling. I have one more to call, and I got one app. So I still got one app out with that one app with the bank statements. So I'm at 12 already, and it's been fantastic. So out of the 12, I actually have already got one approved, and I spoke with the business owner today, and I made the call because I knew he would be very excited. He's building out his business for the new year, so he wanted to plan it so he could have it during these closing at the end of the year for the holidays, and he wants to do some type of remodeling, etc., to extend his restaurant. So hopefully it'll be a good thing for him. But in any case, I'm hoping that I'm hoping that the deal gets done this month, which it should, because I already went back out to him. He said, yes, let's go ahead with it. So now it's not up to me. I put him in touch with the lender. I called back the lender. I told him that the lender will be calling him to finalize that deal. So one deal that's pending now, which I'm really excited about, and I can't wait to see what will happen. And stay tuned for that. And out of these other deals, hopefully something will come from that. And who knows, we still have one more day. So this works if you work at it. And if you keep at it and keep trying, it's just going to work eventually. So don't give up, and it's very easy to do. The best thing about this is completely free, and it's very easy to do. So that's the way we could summarize this. And this is day number 4. Stay tuned for day number 5 tomorrow. And I hope you're following along. Wish you great success, and have a great day. Hi, it's James, and here we are on day number 4 of the LinkedIn Challenge. Remember, we're doing a 5-day LinkedIn Challenge. Hopefully you're following along or doing the challenge yourself. But for those of you who are watching this for the first time, the goal of this is to obtain free marketing by making free contacts with business owners, and we're hoping to have 100 by sending out contact requests 5 days a week at the tune of 20 per day. Now, I did increase mine to 30 per day starting yesterday and today, but it's something that we should be doing just because it doesn't take a lot of time. It's a very easy feature to do. I shared with you I do it on my mobile device, and many of these people are connecting back the same way, and you could do it in your leisure. What I'm finding is that the business owners are getting back to me on their off hours or off business hours, and that's kind of when I've been sending the requests myself, whether it be early in the morning. That's when I typically do it. You could do it late at night. You could do it wherever you want. I typically do it when I'm making my kids breakfast or watching TV, or even when I'm at the gym. You could do it in the bathroom if you want to, whatever floats your boat. But the point is, it's very easy to do. It doesn't take a lot of time, and it's something that you can do, and it's free marketing. So where we are currently at after 3 days of work here, we've connected already with 48 people so far, which is very good. And the other thing is we had already 5 apps out. Yesterday when I made the video, I had told you I had 11 calls to make. So I made those calls yesterday, and the wonderful thing, outside of getting a few people that weren't interested, I was able to get 6 more apps. So 6 more apps yesterday, fantastic, and I have 5 apps out already. That makes 11. So let me tell you about today's numbers. So today's day number 4. I sent out another 30 requests or 30 connections for LinkedIn. And out of the 30, again, that's adding to the total. I've had 27 people connect with me today. Now remember, it's not all at one time. It's not all in one day. This amount is coming from the 4 days that I've been doing this, and it's trickling in. So now we're up to 75. That's 75 contacts, all of business owners. So after that, I was able to send out the email just like I showed you. Remember, once they connect with you, you want to have that email prepared to go. Send it right off to them, because when they connect with you, that means they're right there on LinkedIn, and you might not have another chance to get them. So send that email right away, so they'll probably have a few minutes to read it. At least that's in my experience. They do read it, and they do get back to you sometimes, maybe not all the time, but they will. I sent out my contacts today, same way I always do. Today I have 6 calls. I already made the calls, and I had 3 of them that were voicemails. One of them was just like a, I guess, no answer, if you will. and I still am calling. I have one more to call, and I got one app. So I still got one app out with that app with the bank statements. So I'm at 12 already, and it's been fantastic. So out of the 12, I actually have already got one approved, and I spoke with the business owner today, and I made the call because I knew he would be very excited. He's building out his business for the new year, so he wanted to plan it so he could have it during these closing at the end of the year for the holidays, and he wants to do some type of remodeling, etc., to extend his restaurant. So hopefully it'll be a good thing for him. But in any case, I'm hoping that I'm hoping that the deal gets done this month, which it should, because I already went back out to him. He said, yes, let's go ahead with it. So now it's not up to me. I put him in touch with the lender. I called back the lender. I told him that the lender will be calling him to finalize that deal. So one deal that's pending now, which I'm really excited about, and I can't wait to see what will happen. And stay tuned for that. And out of these other deals, hopefully something will come from that. And who knows, we still have one more day. So this works if you work at it. And if you keep at it and keep trying, it's just going to work eventually. So don't give up, and it's very easy to do. The best thing about this is completely free, and it's very easy to do. So that's the way we could summarize this, and this is day number 4. Stay tuned for day number 5 tomorrow, and I hope you're following along. Wish you great success, and have a great day. Hello everybody, this is James, and I'm here to summarize the 5-day LinkedIn challenge that I started last week. Hopefully you've been following along, and maybe even better if you've been doing it on your own. I know some of you have. You reached out to me on the Facebook group page and said that you've started as well. So I'm really excited and looking forward to hearing the success of your results as well. So let's summarize where we were at. And in case you haven't seen the other videos, let me tell you about what we did. The challenge was a LinkedIn 5-day challenge where we were contacting 20 business owners a day for 5 days straight, so that at the end of the 5 days we would have a total of 100 new business owners or new leads that we can market to, and hopefully get some activity going where we can make a deal or two or whatever we can do with that. That was the challenge that we did, and some of the steps that I advise people to do was, number 1, realize that there are other free marketing opportunities that you could use. And this is showing you one of them a little more explicitly, but there are ways that you can also market your business, such as one of the best free ways is actually canvassing. We talked about canvassing, where you can walk up and down your main street business area or business district and essentially give out business cards, flyers, whatever it is that you want. Speak to the business owner just to introduce yourself. Listen, business locally can be conducted when you have a personal relationship with people. People like to do business, people where they like the person, where they really get to know them a little better. You build up that rapport, you build that trust up, and then they'll be able to work with you. So building relationships is by far the best way to do it. And of course, that's not a real scalable way because you'd have to be out there constantly. But it is a free way that you could use. It works really well. It's an old school tactic, and I really would advise you to do that. Another way we talked about was look at your local Chamber of Commerce. Maybe they have opportunities for you just to kind of mingle with other business owners. I know there's a fee for that, but at least you can go to one of their events. Typically, they allow you to attend an event, check it out, and talk to the people, but check your local chamber. Another area that you might want to consider is business networking groups. I belong to a couple of them as well. There is a fee to join, but a lot of times they allow you to go to 1, maybe 2 meetings where you can evaluate the people in the group. But what helps is that you go there, you collect their business cards. So then you can use that and follow up, even if you don't join the group. I know a lot of the people who come to our group do that as well. And it's great for me since now I'm a member, because then I collect their business card. They don't come back, but I hit them up again. Oh, you attended my group. I'm just reaching out to you because I do business loans, and I get into it with them. So those are ways that you can do that. But the challenge that we did is the LinkedIn 5-day challenge. And one of the first things that you needed to do if you didn't have an account is to start an account. If you do have an account, you have to optimize your account. You have to update it. Make sure it's really current, because you don't want to have old stuff on there if you have if you're inviting people to connect with you, because they're going to check out your profile. They're going to look at your website. These are the things that people are going to do before they just select if they're going to connect with you. So make sure you have your business on there. Make sure you have information. You might want to use certain key phrases or keywords such as MCA, Merchant Cash Advance, startup loans, bad credit okay, credit repair. These are the kind of things that you want in your profile. If you have any questions, do a search for other business loan brokers, and then you'll see what they have on their website. And listen, just kind of, I'm not saying plagiarize, but what I'm saying is take some hints from what they're doing and apply it to your business. That's the best way to do it, and it'll help you do that. The other thing we talked about is to make yourself known on LinkedIn. What do I mean by that? Well, make sure you're posting factual information that people can use. Maybe repost articles that you found in Entrepreneur or Inc. magazine or Forbes magazine. Whatever it is, it's so easy to share on LinkedIn. You also want to do certain posts about your business. You can explain that this is a great time of year. Businesses often need capital at this time of year. Whatever it is, you want to be able to show them. You might want to put a success story on here. You can say, I just helped out this laundromat secure a $50,000 loan, and they're happy with us. Things like that, people will respond to. So you want to make yourself known on LinkedIn. Make sure you post, and post regularly. You could post a few times a day, as often as you'd like. It's very easy to do from your phone. So there's a lot of ways that you could do that. Remember, one of the things we talked about is that this challenge wasn't so much about the numbers as much as it's about free marketing and directly related to the amount of time that you want to invest. Phil always talks about create a business around the lifestyle you want to live. So we're not saying to do more work. We're saying, listen, if you want to grow your business, here are some things that you can do. It doesn't take a lot of effort. It just takes some of your time. So that's what we did. So that's the challenge. Where we wound up after the 5 days was we actually connected. We were connecting with 20 a day. For the first 2 days, I did 20, and then I ramped it up to 30. At the end of 5 days, I actually had connected with 101 business owners. 101, and that's free marketing. Completely free, just my time invested, and I spent it mostly doing connecting at the gym, watching TV, making breakfast for my kids. So there's all the off hours that you can work. We talked about making sure you try and find time off hours so it doesn't interfere with the things that you need to do during the day. At the particular time, I think I had 15 apps out. 15 apps out, and then I actually only had 6 returned to me that I supplied to lenders, and I had 1 deal actually that went into underwriting at that time. So let me bring you up to speed. That 1 deal we actually got done. So that was a $35,000 deal. I did make 10% commission, so that was cool, $3,500. 1 other deal came in. I had that guy that actually wasn't doing the sales revenue that he had said he did, and on the bank statement it approved it. But I sent it to the lender. I didn't read it. I should have. But anyway, it doesn't matter because I had another deal, and that deal was a smaller deal. It was a $10,000 deal. And that too got approved. So I had a $10,000 and a $35,000 deal. So in the commissions I made one was a $3,500 and the other one was $1,000 for a total of $4,500 commission. Not bad for free leads, right? And I'm excited because other leads I might still be able to profit from because they haven't come forward, and I'm going to use that in my marketing just to keep hitting them up. The point is, this is free marketing. You're going to connect with them. But see, this is the thing. You have to follow up with them. Unlike leads that you get from your paid marketing, where they connect with you because they're filling out a form and they're showing the interest, These leads you're going to have to cultivate. You're going to have to follow up with. You're going to have to continually make yourself known to them. I would start putting them into an automated email system so you can hit them up maybe once a week. And you don't have to keep saying, hey, Joe, I'm looking to see if you're interested in a business loan. No, put some statistical fact on there. You can get that information online. 90% of businesses need revenue, need capital for working capital. I can help you with that. These are kind of things that you want to be able to give yourself. You want to create yourself as the person, the knowledgeable person in that space, the educator. You want to share that with them. So when we did our summary at the time of connecting, we had invested, I think it was, let me see, I have my notes somewhere here. Oh, so it's a total of 8 hours. We did 8 hours at that time to connect, and we did the math of how much time it took to connect, and how much time it spent on the phone, so how many apps we had, and so forth. And that was only with that one deal. Then I had a few more people connect with me. Now I'm up to 117, something like that. I think we had a total of 130 connection requests out. So there's still people out there that just might not ever connect with me. There's some people that may connect with me in months from now. So it's not important. It's just important to work with the ones who do connect with you. That one deal did take some time to speak to them, get the statements and so forth, work with the lender. So let's round that up to 2 more hours. So a total of 10 hours, let's call it. I was able to connect with 117 people for 10 hours of work. These are 117 free leads, possibilities that can work. I did get 2 deals. So that first deal was a $35,000 deal where I made 10% commission. I got $3,500. And the second deal was a smaller one, $10,000. Hey, I'll take any size, right? $10,000. I made another commission on that, another $1,000. So I made $4,500. And here's the best thing. It took 10 hours of time, just 10 hours of time. These, no cost to me but my time. So I made, if you did an hourly rate, $450 an hour. $450 an hour, and it cost me nothing but my time. I want to make it clear, it's all about your effort. You can do this. It's not rocket science. All it is putting forth the effort. And yeah, these numbers were great. Now, maybe these people connected with me because of my background. Maybe who knows? I don't know. I'm not going to ask them. I'm just happy they did, and I'm going to keep hitting them up. Now, remember, there's so many more that I just haven't heard from. I sent them the emails like I told you. I followed up with them. But that's okay. Timing is important. A lot of times people won't get back to you because the timing isn't right. But it's not about what happens. It's about your activity. Make sure you put in that effort. This is the thing. You put forth the effort. I got to tell you, I put a lot of effort into this. Even after the numbers that I gave you, I'm still doing LinkedIn. It's not like I'm stopping just after the 5-day challenge. I'm still doing it. I'm still doing the paid marketing. I told you I'm in a couple of business groups. There's so many things. So it all depends on where you want to invest your time, where you want to invest your money to grow your business. It all comes back to you. You're the person that could do this. You're the person that can make things happen. The other items will happen if you put forth the time and effort into this. And I just showed you a way that you could do it for free. Free marketing. So there's ways you can do it. You just have to believe in yourself that you can do it. Now, I know I could do it. I've done it. I showed you I could do it. I'm not here to prove anything to you. I just want to share with you things that I'm doing. I've never been involved in this business before. I've been really motivated and thankful to Phil Smith for introducing me to this business. I feel compelled to share my experience with you so that you can see my success, but it's not about me. It's about you. It's about showing you examples of things that can be done. And yeah, I'm happy I showed you some of these tactics. It's not going to benefit me in any way, but at least it'll help you. And if I can help somebody else, just the way Phil shared this with me, I just decided to try LinkedIn and I shared it with Phil and he was like, wow, that's fantastic. Would you mind sharing it with the group? That's why we're doing these videos and that's why I'm showing you this stuff. So this is James. Good luck to you. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll do more videos on free marketing or other topics that I can help out with. You take care. It's been great sharing this with you. Hi, this is James, and this is the LinkedIn 5-Day Challenge Summary. In case you wanted to know the entire series and you didn't follow each single video, here's a way that I'm just going to summarize what it was that we were talking about. So the challenge was called the LinkedIn 5-Day Challenge, and our goal is to show you how you can achieve free marketing using LinkedIn. And how we did that was we set forth the challenge over a 5-day period where we're going to contact 20 business owners a day. So for the 5 days, and at the end of the 5 days, we should have 100 business leads or business owners that are leads by connecting with them. So that was the challenge that we set forth, and we recorded each day as it occurred. So one of the first things that I want to tell you in terms of doing this challenge, it's free. It only takes your time, and you need to put forth your effort and investment of time, and you will get free marketing. You will have these free leads that you could use. Now, the difference between doing this and the difference of doing paid marketing, there's a couple of things. Number one, when you're doing paid marketing, somebody's seeing your ad, they're clicking on it, going to your landing page on your website and fill out a form, so they have an immediate need. The way we're doing it through the LinkedIn challenge, we are going outbound marketing, where we're actually going physically out, reaching out to them, and we don't know if they have a need. So we're inquiring if they have a need. So that's a big difference, because one is a hot lead and one is a lead that we're going to have to cultivate. So this cultivating will happen by following up with them. So initially what we did is we said we were going to connect with them by using the connect feature on LinkedIn. In order to do that, the first steps in doing that process is to update your profile. Of course, if you don't have a profile, get a profile. But the first thing is to update it. You have to have a current profile. Make sure you refine anything that you have on there. Then you want to update it and then optimize it. What do I mean by optimize? Well, listen, if you're in the business loan space, you have to use the language. You have to use whatever it is that people understand that you do. So you want to communicate with them. One of the ideas I shared with you was look at other people's profiles. Look at other business loan broker profiles and draw from that. Use that to give you hints of certain keywords and certain phrasing that you might want to use on your site. This way that you can grab somebody from one of the top lenders and put it on your site, so you can kind of leverage what it is they're saying so that you could use it. Again, I'm not suggesting or advocating for plagiarizing. You know, you would get in trouble with that in school, and we wouldn't want you to have anything plagiarized on your LinkedIn. But you can definitely take the creative liberties to modify it to make it work for you. And that's the best way to do it. So that's the steps. You want to have a profile. If you don't have one, you want to update your profile. Then you need to optimize your profile. The next step would be to constantly make yourself known on LinkedIn. And the suggested way of doing that is by posting relevant information on LinkedIn. And what do I mean by relevant information? You want to take any type of articles, whether it's on entrepreneur's website, maybe it's on Forbes, Inc. magazine, wherever you could get content and share that with LinkedIn, you will do that. Because that's just going to kind of keep them constantly updated that you're posting information. And it's more so they can see. It's your own marketing. They could see that you're the person posting this. The other thing that you could do is post certain success stories. You should post, oh, we funded this plumbing company a $25,000 loan amount, and they were happy because they were able to get that bid done that they won. Whatever it is, success stories really work. Any form of storytelling can really do well, and you want to be able to have that on LinkedIn. The next way that you could do that is share statistics on LinkedIn. You can have some statistical fact about businesses in terms of one of the number one reasons business fail is because they do not have access to capital. And there's a strict statistic that you could pull from the SBA's website, and you could post that as your post for the day. There's many ways, but what you want to do is you want to be the expert. You want to be the expert and the educator in the business loan space. This way, whenever you connect with somebody and they go to your profile, they can see your previous post, or they're going to currently get new posts that you are listing on there, they can then know that they're working with a credible person. And that's what you want to build. You want to build that knowledge base so that people can tell that you're the expert in the field. They will then have that trust in you that you know what you're doing, and they'll want to work with you. It isn't until they have any type of relationship with you that they'll get to know you. So you kind of have to build that knowledge base. You have to build that trust, that level of trust, so that you can build a relationship, and then that will lead to having the conversation where you'll be able to then leverage your expertise and your knowledge to be able to help them get what it is they need, and that's a business loan. So while this way is a completely free way, it will take some time to cultivate. And what I mean by time, it's not an instant thing such as the leads that you get from your website, because those people are definitely showing an interest because they need the money. Whereas we're building the relationship and requesting an opportunity to share with them, well, I'm a business loan broker, I can get you the money for your business. But if they're not understanding that they don't have a need at the moment, the timing might not be right. But all business owners will have a need for capital at one time or another. So that's the focus that you need to have, so that you don't lose sight of, although this is free marketing, it is something that will take time to build and time to develop. And if you continue with it, and as we always say, don't give up, don't quit, just keep at it on a regular basis. Remember, you're a business owner. You need to have certain things that you need to be doing and have that discipline to be able to reap the rewards associated with that. So what we did is we did a 5-day LinkedIn challenge. Our goal was to make connections with 20 people per day. What we did is we actually started the 20 per day. Day 1, we did 20 connection requests per day. At day 1, we only actually connected with 17 people. So then day 2, we also put out 20 per day, and we connected at that time with 12 people. Then we started saying, you know what, I think there's a need to increase the connecting, because we weren't seeing the momentum of being able to. So we increased that to 30 per day. And it did work, because that third day we were able to connect with 19 people. So by that period, we were already more than a halfway point, and that's pretty good. You want to be able to get there with our goal of being 100 connections. Day 4, we connected with 27 people, and then day 5, we were able to hit up 26 that connected back with us. So that added a total of 101 total connections, and we're calling this leads because, remember, these are business owners. These are business owners that own a business. They connected with us through LinkedIn. The quality of this type of person should be a little better because they have active LinkedIn accounts. They're actually working the business, and they're connecting with you. So these are prospects, and we will use that in our marketing to be able to hit them up, whether it be by email, calls, and so forth. So for the sake of the challenge, I shared with you, the first step is to connect with them. Second step is, once they connect with you, you would then send them an email. And the email essentially will be something that kind of thanks them for connecting with you. It will also introduce yourself to them, showing them what business that you're in. And then you kind of have to request what is called a call to action. So in the email, I typically go into what we do. I give a little statistic about businesses in need of capital, and then I just kind of tell them if they are interested in a no obligation conversation to determine if they qualify or what they might qualify for, reach back out to me. And that has worked for me. It's been successful. We were able to get actually several conversations going in our test over the 5 days that resulted in having 15 apps that were actually returned to, well, actually apps out. So of the conversations I had, I was able to get 15 apps out. I only got 6 back. You know how this works. Some people I have to chase. I sent the emails and follow-up calls. I didn't get the apps back, and that's okay. Maybe they weren't that interested. But of the 6 that I sent to the lenders, or the 6 that I got back, I did send to the lenders, and 3 of them went into underwriting. But out of the 3 that did go into underwriting, there was 1 that didn't qualify. So then out of the 3, we got 2 deals done. One of the deals was for a $35,000 loan, and the other deal was a smaller amount. It was only $10,000. But out of that, we were able to make $4,500 in a commission. So when we estimated the amount of time that it took, and when I mean time, it's the time that it took to connect with them, writing the little introduction and emailing that to them, then the time that it took to send the email that I told you about, that I always send and customize the email to them, and also the time on the phone. When I did get somebody interested that wanted to have a phone call, that amount of time that I spent on the phone, as well as the time that I took to send the application to the lender, and then I always call the lender to let them know I just sent them something. So all that time we estimated and we rounded it up to about 10 hours total time over the 5-day period. So when you take the $4,500 commission over a 10-hour period, that's making $450 an hour. Not bad for free leads, is it? That's great even on a bad day. So that's what we showed you here in the LinkedIn challenge. It's very duplicatable. In fact, you can enhance those numbers. Instead of 30 a day or 20 a day, do 50 a day. It doesn't take a lot of time. And the focus of this was more about showing you how to achieve free marketing with very little time. All it took is your effort. Took the effort, and what I mean by effort, I mean, guys, this isn't even effort. I was doing this on the treadmill at the gym, on my phone, connecting with 20 and 30 people a day. So it's not about the time, it's the effort that you put in. I wanted to do it. You could find and make the time. It doesn't take a lot of time, but I'll tell you what, the rewards can be handsome, as you can see through my example. And I still have a lot of people that, those apps still didn't come back to me. Maybe they will. Maybe the timing's not right, but when I follow up, maybe I'll get another one. Who knows? But this is what we do. We have to have these conversations. We have to stay and have a process in place. You have to create your own steps that you want to take. Be very disciplined. One of the things we also learned of doing this LinkedIn challenge is that business owners seem to get in touch with us on off hours. So we notice a lot of activity in the evening, a lot of activity in the daytime. A lot of these people accepted my invitation to connect in the evening hours. So you have to kind of work with that. Send the email right after they send the connection back to you and connect with them in the evening hours. So we have to discipline ourselves also to work non-productive hours to our business in the non-productive time and off business hours. That's how I do it as well. I use off hours to be able to create opportunities that I can't do during the day. Nobody wants to have a phone conversation at midnight. So that's what you have to keep in perspective. So, but it doesn't take any time to craft an email or send an email at midnight if you want to. So those are the kind of things that you want to find that works for you. And again, Phil always talks about creating a business around your lifestyle. So those are the kind of things that you want to do to create the more time to have for yourself, for your family, for your friends, whatever it is that you're looking to do. And that's what I do as well. So my business really, we work during the morning hours, mid-morning, like 11 and on, where we're able to speak to business owners about the application. When we're accepting the application and sending it to the lender, I call the lender to let them know this is what I'm sending them. I follow up with them via email as well. So that's what you should do. Make sure you have your business set up where you're making the most out of your time that you do put in, and make sure that it's going to give you the best result and the benefit, so you'll then have the opportunity to do more of that. So this was the LinkedIn challenge. Very simply put, it was a 5-day challenge to make at least 100 connections, and we're calling those free leads because there's no cost except the investment of your time. And out of those 101 that we connected over the 5 days, when I started doing my recap, we actually connected with a total of 117 out of 130. Still, people did not connect with me, even the ones that were out. So in the next coming weeks, months, whatever it might be, I may still get that. I'm not stopping my paid marketing. I also shared with you I'm still in business groups, and I also will be doing paid marketing, continuing that as well. And I'm going to still do this LinkedIn. It's not going to be a LinkedIn challenge. I'm just going to continue with LinkedIn, and I advise you might want to do that as well. So out of that, we were able to get 2 deals done. We were able to make $4,500. We said it was a 10-hour time period in terms of the total time invested over the 5 days. So put that in perspective. Most people work an 8-hour day. 8 hours in one day. We almost did the equivalent of the work day of a regular person. So if you have a 40-hour work week, most people aren't making $450 an hour. So, and people are definitely working a lot more. So if you just kind of put that in perspective, maybe the person's making $10 an hour. That's $80 a day. And over 5 days, that's $400. We made $450 an hour in 10 hours. $4,500. So just put that in perspective. So then how many times do you want to do that? How many hours do you want to work? This is what we talk about. We're building a business around your lifestyle. So it doesn't take much. It just takes effort. That's all it really takes is your effort. Put the small amount of time in, but the effort, and you will succeed. So this is James summarizing the LinkedIn challenge. I wish you the best in success, and really take the time, invest in the effort, put the time in, and the results will follow. Take care. Have a great day.